Basketball fans, what is up? And welcome to the All Basketball Podcast, where debates often take place. Once again, I'm your host, Maurice Dixon, and this is the preview of the 2024-2025 NBA season, folks. Coming to you on October 13th, Sunday night. Got preseason games going on, and it's that time of the year. Weather's changing. That means basketball is almost back, NBA basketball. And uh, yeah, that's just exactly what it means. Weather's changing and basketball is back. NBA soon to be back there in preseason right now. The 22nd, that 9 days from the season openers. Boston will be raising their 18th championship in a home game against the restructured Knicks. And we're going to see how this thing rolls out again. For the moment, James is joining me on the show. And James, just initial thoughts on the outlook of this season. A lot of stuff changed in the off season. A lot of stuff didn't, but what's at the forefront of your mind right now?
Well, this is how it usually is at the beginning of each NBA season. We got picked up in the off season, a lot of excitement for which teams could possibly elevate, and really, every team has a shot when everybody's 0-0. You know what I'm saying? But by 20 games in, you'll see how the injuries are starting to develop. You'll see which teams are able to form some sort of chemistry with each other. You'll see which of the old superstars are starting to decline in their ability. And then you'll also see which of the young talent are elevating their game. So there's a lot to look forward to when it's 0-0 until about 20 to 25 games in, right around Christmas time. That's when you start to see things kind of shake out a little bit.
Okay, I can definitely hear you on that. Yeah, that 20 game mark. Yeah, I remember just thinking about last season. It was kind of clear who was going to be good and who was going to be maybe struggling a little bit. It was kind of pretty clear from what I remember. Who do you see? Struggling more so from the start.
Struggling?
Yeah.
Well, I look at teams that are bad. You can look at teams like Washington. They're probably gonna be struggling. In the beginning. As far as good teams, teams like Detroit, they'll struggle early. Teams of that nature. But for the most part, as far as good teams that might start off struggling, you might see a team like Golden State start off a little iffy. A team like the Lakers start off a little iffy. I think the Clippers could be a little shaky to start off, considering they lost a couple pieces and they got not only injury prone but older superstars on their team. And then you look at a team like the Denver Nuggets, who I'm pulling for this year, but I don't know that they lost a big piece when they lost Caldwell Pope. And so with Russ coming in, which I like the addition of Russ, but I want to see where he at as an agent superstar and what kind of chemistry that he has with the guys that they have on the team already. So, you got some teams like that could have who could struggle early, but I'm still giving everybody 20 games before I really can pinpoint what they are.
Yeah, I see Golden State just I think it's been a good run. I'm not I know they picked up some role players: Anderson, Buddy Hield, DeAnthony Melton. They shot the lights out against the Kings, even though it's preseason. Curry being 36, Draymond not too much younger. Um, People are high on Pajemski. Wiggins, I think he he gave you his best 2-3 years ago.
He
He
did.
got he got paid again, and it's like, oh yeah, okay. So I just like when I heard people say like, okay, Steph went off in the Olympics. I mean, LeBron
Right.
went off, but not as many games. You're on a pretty superstar like a team with no holes, so you should shine to an extent.
Correct.
And saying that, I'm not saying he's not going to be great, but I just don't see it being enough to uplift them that much on a game to game basis over some of these other teams. Like I don't like where's the rest of the points coming from? I know they got a good offense, they move the ball, but and I know Klay Thompson was bad last year in a more than he was
Right.
good. So
Right.
it's like, where's the? I just
Well, the complementary pieces have to be there, to do their part. Podziemski, he was all NBA all rookie. He's gonna be a year better. I mean, that's a bright spot. I think Kuminga, he made a step last year, so that's gonna be another bright spot. I don't know if I think they got Buddy Hield.
yeah.
I don't. I don't. I mean, we know he's a lights out shooter, so the game could be easier for him in Golden State. Wiggins can still defend, so I think it's gonna take a minute for them to gain some chemistry, but I think they got some decent pieces. And if those guys can just fulfill their role, they don't have to be the star because they got a star. Steph Curry is still the star. Draymond Green still gonna orchestrate everything. He got a high basketball IQ. Now rebounding could be an issue because I'm not sure. I think they might need one more big. But
Trace Jackson be on the boards.
yeah, but
Trace Jackson Davis, he be on the boards.
but you gotta be able to defend and stay out of foul trouble. In this league, if you're in foul trouble, then you gotta sit on the bench. Then all that don't really matter. So, but we'll see. That's something to look forward to. That's something they're gonna have to work on. I do like the coaching. I like Steve Kerr and the coaching staff. So, I mean, I think Golden State has a chance to be good this year. I don't know if they're contenders for a
No.
championship, which is why I believe Golden State did a smart thing. They just gave Steph Curry a 1-year contract extension. It's for a lot of money. It's for like $60 million, But I think they kind of understand how this game goes. He's getting up there in age. We can't commit too much longer to him. I don't know if Steph is going to retire as a Golden State Warrior. I mean, outside of him leaving and then maybe coming back on like a 10-day contract to just make it official that he retires with them. But I can see Steph Curry being somewhere else next year, chasing the championship.
Because I'm just wondering, is he at the point where like I don't want to seem like he's giving up as a competitor, but is he at the point where like, okay, I won championships, I got a few more years left. I kind of want to play with the same franchise, so he's just gonna ride this thing out. Is he going to be? Is he going to be one of those guys? Dirk, Kobe. I know Larry Bird got cut short. McHale, like Magic got cut short, but they kind of rolled it out to the end. Like,
I mean, if you saying Steph Curry might retire after this year,
no.
okay, then I don't see it. He got a 1-year deal. I mean, maybe if he does something extraordinary and it looks like he can play to that level again the next year, or maybe if he takes a smaller chunk of the change or the salary cap going forward. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, he does seem like a lifer, with one organization, but I wouldn't be surprised if Maybe he went to the Lakers or something like that. Play with LeBron 1 year. You know, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, because now Draymond got a 4-year deal, right? If I'm not mistaken, right?
Right, right. That was a
So
couple years ago, so he still got a couple years on his deal.
okay, yeah. So and then with the whole thing with Clay, he wanted 3, I guess. They offered 2 for 48. He said no.
Right,
Got the same money to go to Dallas, but
right.
you get another year of security. I understand that. I mean, it's kind of crazy. The Splash Brothers era is over. I mean, it's
Oh yeah, yeah. All good things must come to an end.
all right. All things, even good things. Yeah, I like that. I
Right.
was thinking that myself. Like sometimes it just let y'all just gonna ride it out. But I think, I mean, they won 46 games last year. Draymond stayed out of trouble. He really impacted that. I mean, he really took away a lot of their wins, like as he usually does over his whole career. He
I
cost
mean,
him.
at the end
So
of the day, they was in the play-in. They had an opportunity, and they had Draymond.
yeah,
It's just the team just wasn't good enough.
they look bad in Sacramento in that last
Right,
that play-in game.
right.
I mean, yeah, maybe the new guys give them a little fire, but I still see the West being a tougher conference. It's gonna be. I still see them around the playing area, but I'm seeing teams like I'm really kind of high on like Houston getting in for real.
Yeah,
Like
like Houston got
yeah,
young talent.
yeah,
Houston got a lot of young talent that's developing, and everybody should get a year better. But again, I mean, if Kuminga takes another step and Podziemski takes another step, um, we got some more young guys out there. If they just take another step, I mean, with the veteran presence that you have, they could be right in the thick of things. I just don't know if it's championship quality, but I definitely think that Golden State will compete for a playoff spot.
yeah. I got it. I haven't released my written preview yet, but I got it. I got it looking as bad as when Clay missed them last 2 years. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. That's my initial thoughts on it, but I can definitely see your point. And the people they did get veteran guys, so veteran guys usually know how to play. I guess it's just a matter of, like you
Yeah,
said, Kaminga, whether if Moody come along, they still got Peyton the second, and
right.
then so I just
The thing
then
about the NBA is you gotta play offense and defense.
right,
And so that's why you need young legs. You need young guys who can play defense for 48 minutes. And so if Golden State can commit to the defensive side of the ball, which I know Steve Kerr is stressing, being better on the defensive side, they got all the offensive power in the world.
yeah, they do got firepower. Memphis, how high do you see them coming back this year?
If Jock can stay healthy, I do. I saw him
Crazy
go
how his
out,
ankle got turned, right?
right. I saw him go out with an ankle injury in the preseason. I don't know where that really stands right now, but
Should be
if he
fine.
can stay healthy, I mean, then Memphis is going to be a good team. If he can't stay healthy, then Memphis is going to be at the bottom. They're going to be cellar dwellers like they were last year.
So if he's healthy, how high do you see them going?
Man, sky's the limit, man. When you got a young talent like that, you got Jackson, who is a very capable. I mean, he's one of the best defenders in the league. I like the addition of Edie from Purdue. I like that addition. Ja's gonna give him a lot of easy baskets. He should be able to rebound. I like the pieces that they got. You know, they were a team that was on the cusp of competing for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
So if Ja is healthy and they can stay relatively healthy as a team, I think they'll be one of the teams that'll be competing come April.
Okay. So are you willing to put him in your top 6?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm willing to put them in the top 6. It's all based on Ja's health, though. He has to
Oh,
be healthy. If he's healthy, then I'll put him in the top 6.
okay, so just for the listeners, I know you probably already know, but top 6 last year were OKC, Denver, Minnesota, the Clippers, Dallas, and Phoenix.
Right, the Clippers won't be there. You can put them out.
Small game James by itself, baby. It's
Right.
gonna be rough.
Why? No, that's a no go.
Nice arena, but I mean, Kawhi already talking. I mean, he just he just he just ain't built for it, man. I mean, it's just what he 32, 33 now. It's just too much.
Well, health is important. He can't. I mean, a healthy Kawhi is one of the best players in the league, top 5. It's just if you can't stay healthy, then you can't help the team.
And he's starting off already. I mean, Ty Lue can do a heck of a coaching job. Get him. I mean, I still think they'll be playing mix. It just depends on
won't be a
how
playoff,
that go.
but they won't be a playoff team if Kawhi can't stay healthy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even if he's healthy, I'm still seeing
They're
them
playing, right? They'll play
playing.
the team with them being. The West is deep.
It is. That's why.
Right.
I mean, I'm wondering if we said the Rockets. Yeah, I still think the Kings and
The Kings are gonna be much better.
they should be. They slacked off last year. They dropped.
Yeah, I like the addition of DeMar DeRozan. That's gonna
DeRozan.
help. Let's get them another scorer, especially down the stretch of games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I like that.
Where you at on San Antonio? Wembanyama, Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes
A team that'll compete for the play-in.
playing.
Yeah, one thing we gotta accept at this point of his career that Chris Paul is not gonna be healthy for the whole season. He's a good addition. I like him to the team. He's gonna help Wembanyama take another step, and Wembanyama he's getting better. We saw that in the Olympics. He's grinding, but I just don't know if the team is good enough to compete in the West on a high level.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see how Chris Paul runs the show.
Yeah.
He says, he demands a lot. He's like another coach on the floor. He can impart wisdom into those guys. So, I think his addition is going to help them tremendously. But, man, we just got to see, man. When you lose the most games in the league this one year, it's hard for me to think that you're going to progress another 25, 30 games better. That's what we asking them to do.
Yeah, that's because you're saying they won 22 last year. In order to be playing, they're gonna have to win at least 20 more games. I think they won't lose 18 straight games, but
No, it won't be that bad.
If they win 20 more games, I mean, I'll be shocked.
Right.
Because
that'll be huge.
Yeah,
it's possible. It's been done before. It's just we got to see, see what they got. Can they stay healthy?
Yeah, this health thing, and that leads us right into New Orleans. I mean, Zion's healthy, lighter, but it's a matter if they're gonna move Ingram, or is he gonna be are they gonna even? They only have a legit starting center right now. I saw something. I don't know if it was legit to my Herb Jones gonna start at the 5. I mean,
it's not looking good. I just think New Orleans. This is almost like I hate to say you sacrifice a year because you got players and you really can't sacrifice a year in the league. You got players that are getting older. Brandon Ingram, I think he will get traded because they're not gonna extend him because he's in no man's land. He's good enough to get a big contract, but he's not good enough to take you over the top. So You know, I guess by January you send him somewhere to somebody that can use him, and then he can help them get over the top, almost like how Toronto did with Siakam, sending him to Indiana. And he helped Indiana. You know, Indiana was on the verge, but Indiana did get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So that was a big addition. So I think Brandon Ingram will be a big addition for somebody. But New Orleans is I would think this is like a not a throwaway year, but you playing this year to see what you can do next year. Seeing who you're gonna bring in, and you know, it's tough, man. They're in a bad spot. You got a superstar that who can't get right. You know, you got another superstar in Brandon Ingram. I mean, both of these. I'm gonna tell you their real problem. Let me stop sugarcoating. They dealing with Dookies, man. And when you're dealing with Dookies, these guys that go to Duke, Jason Tatum the only one that can work out. Other than that, they all cursed. So New Orleans got two of them, and that's the problem that New Orleans have.
Can't argue that. They don't have they have a proven history of. I mean, Barrett's been healthy. Even though I think they got the most. They definitely got more notable players in the league than Carolina, which I kind of hate to say, but it's the truth. But that's just because of the way the one and done went, and then they capitalized on it. Coach K coaching the Olympics, so it's like, okay, these guys go here and they just churn them out every year. Ingram, Tatum. Right. Now, to counter what you're saying, Banchero, I think I like Banchero.
I like Banchero too.
Should be fine. But like, yeah, he said when you got Zion and Ingram,
but he's a Dookie, so just wait. I like him, but at some point, it's gonna hit him.
Might be. Yeah, I mean, New Orleans getting Murray, DeJounte Murray. I think that was solid pickup.
That's a good move.
I mean, is he? I guess he's going back to play the point guard. I mean, their lineup's kind of weird because I'm like, well, you don't want to move Herb Jones out, do you? I guess maybe McCollum goes to the bench. I like Trey Murphy. I think they like him too. That's why they want to get him in over Ingram, because I'm hearing from what other podcasts are saying, just kind of if you just watch enough, which I know you do. I like the Ingram takes mid-range game. He's versatile in his offense, but I don't know if the league wants him to do that. Everybody like you shoot more threes.
Look, no, you gotta have a good mid-range game. The best players got a good mid-range game. Threes ain't gonna. I mean, it's it's fashionable, but guys that got a good mid-range is gonna be the ones you can depend on when the playoff time comes, when it's time to get the win. Brandon Ingram, when he came back off his injury, he helped that team get to where they got last year. It's just they lost Zion when they needed Zion. So, I mean, you can never have too much talent in this league. It's an arms race. Who got the most talent? New Orleans got a lot of talent. They deep. They don't have a big. So to say, they need to add a big. But when you got all that talent, you also got trade pieces. You know what I'm saying? When they trade Brandon Ingram, they're gonna bring in value. They're gonna bring in some pieces that's gonna help that team. So I'm not totally like out of it with New Orleans. I just know that New Orleans got a lot of decisions to make between now and January. And then we'll be able to see what they are. But right now, it's hard to tell what they are because I think they're still under development.
Okay, because, I mean, their team has always been kind of weird to me. Even when Anthony Davis was there, like, they just, I guess it's something with the construction of it. So, if you trade Ingram, then you definitely need to try to get back a center. I mean, this guy Missy from Baylor, now he's long. he just might not be ready yet.
Well, whether you're ready or not.
But yeah, I'm saying you just gonna need some time, and then Tice, we know what he is in the league, but he
Yeah,
gonna
but
foul
Tice
a
is a
lot.
nice player though. I like Tice.
What he gonna? But
He's a good rebounder. He's a good energy guy. When you got all that talent that's around him, it ain't like you need a guy who's gonna go out there and get you 20 and 10. That ain't what you need. You need a good, high energy guy and a guy that can get you some rebounds. But everybody else, Zion, McCollum, like LeJounte Murray, Ingram, Trey Murphy, like all these guys can put the ball in the bucket. Alvarado coming out, like, yeah, you got plenty of guys that can put points in the bucket. Daniel Tyson's a good, dive into the rim kind of guy. He gonna get easy buckets. I mean, you don't need a superstar at the 5.
Well, he's proven to get in foul trouble a lot.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, you bring the other guy in. They might foul both of them out. At some point, like you say, they got pieces to move, so they might bring in another big. But you don't need a spectacular center to play with this team.
I mean, yeah, right. You just need somebody who you can depend, like
serviceable,
like a Ayton or Robert Williams. I would say somebody like that.
Right.
Depending on their attitude.
Right. I don't see Portland moving.
Yeah. They need to move off somebody. They got like centers for days.
Yeah, they might be willing to do that and bring in the Ingram. So I mean, we'll see.
Only thing is Williams, he's often hurt.
Right.
You wonder by Ayton's desire. And then I doubt they give up Klingen, even though he's a rookie. And you already got the dude Missy. So hope I'm pronouncing that right. But you don't need another. But they just in a weird spot. Like they got a superstar who can't stay healthy and
right. That's what I'm saying. I think it's still under development. But one thing about the West, just about the whole league, you got to have a big, and you need more than one in order to compete. It's still a big man's game, which I like that. All the parading we do around wings and guards and all this, it's still a big man game.
That's true. Not top of the I guess go over OKC. I like what they did getting Hartenstein. Getting another defender. It's gonna be kind of weird though. With they're gonna have to move somebody out because it's like, well, Caruso, you pretty much need for him to finish games. So it's gonna come to the point. Who do you push out? Do you push out one of your? I guess maybe you push out Hartenstein because you got a Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Dort, Caruso, and Shai Gilgeous. That makes the most sense.
It's never no problem having too much talent. The good coaches, they figure it out.
Well, you can have too much because there was a problem in Portland back in the days. Remember when they had all them guys and they lost to the Lakers?
Yeah, but they ain't have all them guys. That's the problem. Look at all the guys the Lakers had. They figured it out.
Which Lakers team?
The team that you talking about when they had Rashid and Steve Smith and all them guys.
Shrimp.
Yeah, they had Shaq and Kobe. You had Rob Horry. You had.
But then the next year,
Fisher, you had Phil Jackson, who know how to figure it out. He know how to work with the ego. You can a great coach. I can't have too much talent.
But I guess it depends on how the guys handle their egos, because
you got to have a coach.
It was a problem in Portland. If I listen to a book, not that Jailblazers book, they was like, why are we bringing Kemp? And then they had just look back at it. You probably remember.
You got to have a coach that can deal with talent, that can manage all the egos, and that's how you know if you got a great coach or not. That's why I'm saying a lot of people not Phil Jackson. They say, oh, well, you had Jordan and you had Pippen and you had Shaq. No, a lot of people would not know how to coach these guys to get the best out of them because they do have egos because they're so great. So to be able to manage those egos, that just showed how great of a coach he was because as a great coach, you also got to be like a therapist and a psychologist all at the same time. So, yeah, you can never have too much talent if you're trying to win a championship.
Well, I think you just want to have people in the right who know their roles in the right place,
Right.
and that's a key thing. And I'm not saying that OKC doesn't have that. They have the talent. I just wonder how they're going to just with the way these guys have to close games these days because it's like
right.
we need to.
Sometimes when you got a young coach and you got a lot of talent, and that talent don't meet their expectations, they keep the talent and they just bring in a veteran coach. They bring in another coach who do know how to sell guys on a certain role that needs to be played. So I mean, if he can't figure it out, then they'll bring somebody else in who can. That's just how it goes.
Well, that's definitely true. But okay, see, I like the moves they made. It made sense. They needed a little more beef up top. Giddey had some overlap, and they couldn't even play him in the postseason. So it's like, well, we need to see if we can.
I like the move they made.
Yeah,
like
getting Caruso.
Yeah, that's gonna be big. And just because Caruso that'll be a defender, but that don't mean he have to close out games. It all depends. I mean, it's up to the coach to figure it out. But I mean, he's gonna close out with his best 5 players to close out the games. Guys gonna have to get in there and prove and show what they're capable of doing. Bringing a guy like Caruso, he makes the other players step up their defensive effort. Because you know, if you don't step up your defensive effort, I am gonna be in the game down the stretch. So, I mean, great players make other players better.
Yeah, that's true. Because Dort, we know he already played defense. Shea just played defense. I'm not too sure about Jalen Williams. I guess he do his fair share. I'm not really sure. But I know he's I feel like he needs to be moved. Because I didn't realize he was 6'6", if that. I thought he was around 6'8". But he's nice, so he definitely be in the game.
I mean, he need to play better than what he showed in the second round of the playoffs last year. But he had a good year, and I think he's a solid player. There's steps to take. You're not a finished product. You got to get better.
Made him play left-handed. Dallas made him play left-handed. Like, we see something we can figure out.
Right.
And it's and OKC still made it tough for him. So that team they're gonna be. I like them.
They're gonna be in the top. They're gonna be in the thick of things. They are real title contenders. Yeah.
Them you have to say Dallas again and somebody else I'm missing. Oh, Minnesota. I guess I like Nas Reed.
Yeah, so I like the trade that they made. I like the additions that they got. I would have got rid of Paul left in town too.
Would you start him over Randall?
Who?
Nas Reed.
Nas Reed got a role. His role is coming out the bench.
Would you finish the game?
He excels in that role. Why would I change that up?
But would you finish the game with him?
Starter.
Would you finish the game with him?
I'm finishing the game with the guys who I believe I can finish the game out with. I gotta see how they play together. They gotta get their chemistry. When you bring in two pieces like they did, you gotta work it out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see what you need because Gobert might have to finish some games.
I'm probably taking him out. If they're gonna be switching screens, I'm taking him out.
We're not in the playoffs right now.
Well, yeah. I mean,
we're talking regular season right now. Regular season, Gobert's defensive player of the year, 3-4 times. So
remember your regular season habits build your playoff habits, though.
I mean, not really. It's different in the playoffs because you play one team and you gotta play this team 7 times. I mean, you gotta play them up to 7 times. You gotta beat them 4 times. So teams you know, in the regular season, I play Boston tonight. Tomorrow, I might play Washington. In the next game, I might play Philly. In the next game, I might play the Nets. Like, it's different matchups. Teams don't really have too much time to game plan and strategize for you. But when it comes to the playoffs, now I can really just focus on this one team and what they do best and start taking stuff away. That's a whole different animal, than the regular season. So as far as the regular season go, yeah, you want to kind of build some habits in the regular season, especially coming down the stretch. But we're talking, early on. Like, it's too early to those roles will be defined come January, February, March.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much October, November, December.
Okay, I just know that you build up those habits. I think I heard Jordan say something like that before, but you start building that stuff up in the regular season, so
Right.
come playoff time but I know guys will be looking at the numbers, the on-off stuff, which I'm not really all that into, and they'll be, we need to play this, you need to play this lineup because your net rating was this great. So,
Well, you got different coaches use different metrics to figure stuff out. Some coaches lean heavily on analytics. Some coaches still lean on how they feel about it. So it we'll see. But I think early on in the season, like I say, for the first 20-25 games to about Christmas time, teams will be filling out their rotations and trying to figure stuff out. And it comes January, February, March, it's time to iron things out, especially after that trade deadline. After the trade deadline, you start to know who you are and what you want to do. That's when you start kind of really putting things in place for the playoffs.
Yeah, because you all-star break, you like 60 games in.
Right.
More than halfway. So so you said you take away Towns. I think it'd run its course to an I was kind of surprised. I thought they'd give it another run, make a minor tweak here or there, give it another run back, but they were mainly built to beat Denver, and then Dallas just made them look so bad. So what positive do you see in bringing in Randall?
I mean, I think them being Denver was fool's gold. Michael Porter was dealing with a lot personally, and so he kind of laid an egg. Michael Porter didn't play up to the standard that we used to seeing Michael Porter play up to. If Michael Porter plays better, they have no problem with Minnesota. And Denver probably end up in the finals because I think they would have beat Dallas. But Michael Porter was going through a lot of things off the court that kind of leaked into his on court play. So I think with some of those things being out the way, now don't get me wrong, Minnesota still is going to be a team to reckon with because they young bull, he's taking a step. And he got some experience over the summer that's going to help build his confidence and everything. So you got some, the league got a problem on their hands, but and they got a really good team. I like the DiVincenzo because they needed another shooter. They needed another guard. I like Julius Randle piece because they had too many big men, and the big man they got rid of wanted to play like a guard. He wanted to shoot threes. So he was expendable to me. So I like Minnesota. I think now they're definitely more fit to beat Denver, so to say. But any given series, man, we'll see what adjustments get made, who's all available. But I definitely think they got better with getting rid of Carl Anthony Towns.
Okay. I'm interested in seeing what Dillingham does, how he helps them. Conley's still gonna be there starting, but
Right.
Dillingham he can score, and you can't go wrong with a Kentucky guard. I mean, him and Shepard, they were impressive last year. I know this is the NBA competition, don't get stiffer, but
Yeah, I like
Dillingham.
Shepard too. Shepard might
Yeah.
be. He might be my early pick to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Okay. Because yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Because if he can get because if he just ball, because I know Van Vliet probably gonna be in front of him.
Right.
Um, but
But he
he's a
can get
little
buckets. He
yeah
can
yeah
get
he
buckets
get
though.
buckets.
Right.
Yeah, he got some pedigree. Daddy played for Kentucky, right?
Right.
As well too, right? Yeah. So it's funny how that thing flips around when the father's good or the son is good. Is sometimes it might flip in his favor, but yeah, Dillingham, DiVincenzo giving him shooting. Um, I just think Randall need to go down there and just just play bully ball to an extent, man. Let them other guys shoot. shoot. I mean, shoot a little here and there, but just give them that balance and give them the since they don't really run an offense, give Ant-Man a break from having to get the ball at half court and then try to do something dribbling. This NBA be so silly sometimes when these guys. I mean, I know they want to. This is my supreme skill, but you out there burning the ball. It's the energy. If you just learn to get off the ball and move without the ball, you can get a few more easy buckets.
Right.
But everybody want to make it. They want to make it hard. I just want to show you my bag.
Well, that comes down to coaching, man.
Yeah. Because we got like 2 teams that run, maybe 3 that run a real offense. I mean, I know they run offense.
I think most of the good teams run the offense. I mean, it depends on who your players are. If you got veteran players who are high IQ players, then you can kind of freestyle it a little bit. Sort of like how Golden State was. They just had a lot of great players. You don't really got to call too much stuff. But if you got a young team who don't really know how to play basketball like that, then it's important that the coach call more plays and kind of put those guys in the right position.
Okay. And connected them is Dallas. Got Klay Thompson, got a few other pieces. Still no perimeter defense, I don't think. But they should be able to still. I mean, Luka's gonna be Luka. It's just all about, is he gonna give more effort on the other end? That's what. So what do you see Dallas moving up in the standings and still sticking around where they are?
I don't see them getting back to the finals.
Okay.
But they're gonna be a team that's gonna be in the thick of things. I think they're gonna compete for an opportunity to get back to the finals. I just don't think they'll get back to the finals, but we'll see. Klay is gonna have. He's gonna be open. Let me just put it like that. He's gonna be open. He's gonna get a lot of opportunities to hit open shots. I'm not sure Klay is gonna be able to bounce back, but he's gonna have every opportunity in the world to bounce back. I mean, this offense, Klay should average somewhere between 16 and 22 points. I don't know what Klay got left in the paint, but I know he's gonna be open. I do know that. So that's a good opportunity for him. I like their bigs. I still like Kyrie. Kyrie showed that he has made a commitment to play defense. Will Luka make that same commitment? We'll see. It's to be determined. If he want to win a championship, he will. If not, then he'll do the same thing he been doing. They got fortunate last year.
Yeah, the stuff fell when like you said, when Denver got knocked out. That was
right. I don't think Dallas could have beat Denver.
Oh no, yeah, I don't. No, because I just knew it was gonna be
right.
But even with, unless Murray, I guess Murray wasn't great, but I still would have thought Denver should have took that.
Yeah, like I say, Michael Porter didn't, he went through some things and he just really fell off the map. So but there's no excuses. Minnesota did what they had to do. And you play who you play. Matchup. This thing is all about matchup. Denver got the right matchup into the final. But if they get the right matchups again, you could see Denver back. I just don't see that happening right now. I think they were a fraudulent finals team.
Yeah, and that seems to happen every once in a while.
Right.
Um, Phoenix, same big three, same injury concerns. New coach though in Budenholzer. They finally got a couple of point guards in there, so you hire on them.
I'm high on them because of the coach. They got one of the best coaches in the NBA. He knows how to win. And if he got to take a guy off the bench and replace a starter to make that happen, he's committed to doing whatever he needs to do to win. He's been successful everywhere he went. He won 60 games in Atlanta with a bunch of role players. And if it weren't for LeBron James, they in the Eastern Conference Finals with the Hawks. He goes to Milwaukee. He wins the championship. He delivers. He's coming to Phoenix. The man knows what he's doing. If they buy in, which I'm pretty sure they will buy in, then Phoenix should be competing. I put them in the top 6. I think what's my guy from Washington who came over? Bradley Beal. Beal is healthy. He's been doing a lot of talking, saying
now.
He's ready to go. He's healthy. I know what Book can do, and we know what KD can do. This is what I was talking about earlier. Is KD? Is he here? Is he going here, or is he going here? He's an older player. KD can't commit to the defensive end, probably like he once could have. He might be a player that's probably going to be on the decline, but when you're a 7-foot shooter like he is, he's still one of your top players in the league. So I believe that Coach Budenholzer, I have all these guys in a position where they can succeed the best. And so I think Phoenix is going to be a team to reckon with. I just don't know if they have enough of a defensive presence to compete with the best teams when it come down to the thick of things. But I like them in the top 6.
Yeah, good regular season team. I mean, Durant and Booker hold it down because Bill gonna miss 30 games.
He might surprise us.
He might
he hasn't really. He was injured, for the last couple of years, but before that, he wasn't really a injury-prone player like that. So
He won, but he been. He in.
Sometimes you don't have time to get yourself right because you're trying to, put your team in a good situation. But he took a lot of time definitely toward the end. Then he had a whole off season, so hopefully he's healthy. He might got the bug. I don't know. He healthy. But even if he's not healthy, I think they got enough with KD and Booker and Coach Budenholzer's basketball IQ that they'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, because they'll be fine in the regular season. They just look so bad. When Milwaukee lost to Miami, they just look so bad, and they lost in 5 to Miami. Like, I know Middleton was hurt. No, Giannis came back hurt, but they couldn't even close out the game because he had the ball was on fire. And Jimmy Butler did go off on him, but they made him. He got to redeem himself from that, but that's a long way down the line because they'll be in the playoffs. It's just they don't want to. The crazy thing with Phoenix, they've been looking. It's crazy. Like the past, what was Monty Williams? They got swept.
Right.
Then they got beat bad by Denver that year when Denver won in 6.
Right.
Then they got beat bad by Dallas. Like they just when they lose in playoffs, they look bad. Like
Right.
what? What's going on with y'all? Y'all look.
Right.
I mean, somebody looking like you don't belong. Like
Yeah, but this the best coach they done had.
so, yeah, because
Those other two coaches don't have jobs right now.
I'm about to say, what's going got a championship too, Vogel, so you can't. He took
But they don't got no job right now.
Well, he'll take a year off, so something gonna come open.
Yeah, maybe.
Cause Budon was off. He probably took a little time off. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
but his time off was for personal reasons. His brother had died.
Oh yeah, during the final, right?
Right.
I mean, during the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, that's serious stuff.
Right.
But I mean, hey, even if it didn't, like, sometimes they just need to take a year off, and then with just a lot of stress.
Right.
It's like it's crazy. So nothing wrong with taking a year off. Let's shift to the East. The conference is not as packed, we don't expect to be as competitive, but I guess the biggest move out there was it's between New York and Philly. Towns went to New York. They got Bridges. I see them they loading up for the champs. I mean, I see them because the Knicks beat them Boston beat the Knicks 4-5 last year, so
right.
It's crazy like that because they had that in-season tournament game, so they got the extra game. But they I think they looking okay. This is what the champs got. We need to be able to switch. We can go at them in every way. We need wing defense. We got it. We need to protect Brunson, OG Anunoby, Hart, Bridges. I think they looking to make it tough for Boston. I mean, they shooting for Boston. Do you agree?
I mean, everybody's shooting for Boston. Boston is at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the West is shooting for Boston. Boston was a real deal last year. I mean, they're the real deal. They got a good team.
64 wins, yeah.
Right. And hey, ain't that flukish about what they just did. You know, they got real ballers out there. So, you know, every team is shooting for Boston. You know, the Pacers, they shoot for Boston. Miami, they shoot for Boston. Milwaukee, Giannis gonna be back. I like the move that Orlando made with getting KCP. That's the kind of veteran that you need, you know. Mm-hmm. And they got, you know, real defensive players out there on their team. Jonathan Isaac and these guys. That Carroll gonna get a year better. You know,
Wagner got to be better.
Right. I think Cleveland, they gonna, you know, be a year better. So, hey man, everybody out there is shooting for Boston. I think the Knicks. I mean, just talking about the Knicks. When it comes to the East, I think they'll be a contender. I do think they'll be a contender, but you know, we just gotta see how all these pieces mesh together. No, they lost some good pieces. But I like their depth though. I like Bridges. We'll see how they decide to use Cat. I like that they got OG back in the fold, pay him his money. Jalen Brunson should be healthy. I don't like the loss from Hartenstein because he was getting a lot of gritty offensive rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
He was gritty. I don't know if they was going to be able to replace that grit. But I liked it. I like Hart, but I like it DiVincenzo.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gone. So they lost some pieces, but they got some pieces back. So we'll see how their chemistry work out. But I think at the end of the day, New York could be one of those teams in the top 4 or 5 in the East. I have to say the top 6 in the East that'll be competing for a chance to dethrone Boston. But right now, the way I saw Boston play last year and in the finals, I would think Boston would be a favorite right now.
Yeah, you can definitely go with that. because we'll see if they become the first repeat team. I don't know if you know last year when Denver won, it was the first time in NBA history that no team repeated in the first 4 years. Like, I mean, I just looked at it like it was crazy. Like from the 50s, 60s, every team, even in the 70s, the Knicks won twice, even though it was 8 different champions that decade. But usually they start off like, so when Boston won, now we're at 5. Like it's like, okay, if we only got a few more years in the decade, so is it gonna be? They got what it takes to repeat. I think they got the motivation through all the stuff they heard in the offseason. Just the fact that, everybody got hurt when y'all came through the East. They ain't gonna be like that. So they gotta prove that to an extent.
No, not really. That's every year. Every year it's about who can be healthy.
Right, but
there's a lot of teams that win championships because all the other teams got hurt. That's basketball.
Right, but a lot of teams that wasn't no. Usually you get like one team, but usually you'll get all 3 teams.
Yeah, so they won championship one year where everybody got hurt. It just be like
that was the last one. Right. But usually some.
Toronto won championship when they got hurt. So.
But that was just one series, though. That was just one series. I'm talking about 3 series.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it happens. I see plenty of time where, teams just get hurt. You play the right matchup and you get to the finals. But when Boston played Dallas, everybody was healthy.
Yeah, because Porzingis went out a little bit, and he's already hurt.
Right. And they still won.
Yeah, so they really got to go for him, because I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this apron thing, because they're going to have to start cutting. I mean, you can be over the salary cap, but the way that thing is set up, you don't have any room to adjust to it once you go past the second one.
Cap. It's a soft cap. As long as you're willing to pay, you can go over. You just got to pay a little bit more. A lot of these owners don't want this money to come out their pocket because you want to make a profit. A lot of times, in order to win a championship, you got to spend a little bit more than you want to. That's why some teams, they have to win a championship because they are in that apron.
Yeah, Boston going to be in the next year.
Right. So,
the second one, so they ain't going to have any room to maneuver.
Right. Exactly. So you got to win a championship. Or heads got to roll.
No. Well, I mean, somebody going.
Right.
I don't know who they would. Well, Tatum Brown be there, but I don't know who they would have to lose. Because it's I know Holiday's got a new contract.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. But it's right. I think it's going to look. We'll see how different it looks. I listened to a little information on it. I know Hancock was explaining. He sent me actually information on the guy breaking it down where I can understand it, and it was pretty. It's pretty interesting because everybody. They say that's why Minnesota kind of made that move, because they don't want to pay. So Towns ain't giving us enough. Let's get off of them. We'll see if when Randall comes, if we have to pay him, or we just may have to lose him too.
Minnesota is a small market team.
Yeah, that too. And they own
so if you're in a small market, then it's definitely going to affect you. But teams like LA, Boston, New York, Chicago, Houston,
Philly,
like some of these teams need big markets. They'll be able to deal with it a little bit better than some of these teams in these smaller markets.
Yeah. Because so Robinson's out for the Knicks, so I think pretty much Towns like gonna be playing center. So,
I mean, he's 7 foot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe since it's hard to be out there, he'll be the hustle guy. So
yeah, he gonna get rebound.
Yeah, but do you like Towns as an addition? I know you're not high on him, but
I mean, considering what they got last year without Julius Randle because he was hurt, it's almost like getting something for nothing. I I don't like the trade for the Knicks. I don't like bringing Carl Towns in. Like I'm gonna be interested to see how he plays. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He can do a lot of great things, even when he decides to commit to being on the block. He can destroy a lot of other teams' big. He can step out. He's a really good shooter, not just for a big man, just for an NBA player. Period. I would like to see him inside more because you need offensive rebounds, and you can't get offensive rebounds when you shoot him from the perimeter. But I like to see him block more shots and get more rebounds and things like that. But for lack of a better word, I believe he's a soft player. He's a soft big man. I don't know how that's gonna fly in New York, but I mean, to me, it's all about Jalen Brunson. It's still his show, But I don't know, man. I'm not buying the Knicks.
Okay.
I'm not high on them. They're gonna play good defense because that's what Chiefs like to do. And he got players that are committed to that side of the ball, but you got to score the ball too. And I'm just not sold on they guys as far as high offensive production on a night in, night out basis.
Okay. Philly got Paul George, about 34 now. Maxey on the come up. MB still there. We'll see how he holds up.
Right.
Good role players. Oubre, Lowry's back. They brought in Eric Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just skeptical about health. It's not a matter of if, just when. Like
they
old. Be hurt.
They're an old team. They got Maxey. Yeah. I like Maxey, the young bull, but they old, and we already know the story. You can't fool me with Philly. I know what Paul George is, especially playoff people. I know what he is and what he ain't. I know that MB, he just can't stay healthy. He gonna be hurt. That's just what the script says for him. So I'm not putting a lot of stock on Philly. I don't believe him. I mean, really, when it comes to the East, I'm gonna tell you the three teams that I'm buying in the East. I'm buying Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying Milwaukee because they got Giannis. And I'm buying Orlando because they're the young team that's on the come up. Those are the three teams I'm buying. Everybody else, we'll see where you pan out.
I buy the Knicks.
I can't buy the Knicks.
I buy the Knicks. I buy.
Before I buy the Knicks, I buy the Pacers.
Yeah, they should be healthy. They should be healthy.
Because the Pacers can put a ton of points on the board.
The point. This defense is the issue with them.
Right.
Cleveland finished fourth. It's like they should take a step. Just like they had some issue with their coach. Now they got Atkinson in there.
They might take a step. I don't know. We gotta see how they. I gotta see how they. What their team identity gonna look like.
Do you like Mobley and Allen, or you think one of them need to go?
I like them. I just think Mobley need to step up his game.
Like, is it make more jumpers? Is it make threes? I mean, it seems like people want to shoot a lot of threes. I just don't see.
Just make a bigger impact than you have in the past. I like Mobley, but he didn't make an impact in the playoffs.
What year is this? Is this going to be his third year?
His third year, I believe. Yeah.
Okay,
it's time to step up. He need to be a 2010 guy.
So that means he would have to be second option after Mitchell.
Right. Second, third option. Jared Allen is a rebounding defender. He a good guy to roll to the basket, get easy baskets. Jared Allen can get you 15 and 12, 15 and 15. He can do that kind of thing with 2 blocks, 3 blocks. He that good. Okay, he was hurt last year in the
Yeah.
playoffs. I know what he can do. I believe in Jared Allen. I know what Mitchell can do. Okay, the other guard, Garland. Who are you? You know, I need to find out who he is. You know,
He get hurt a lot too, though.
Is he just a defensive player? I mean, do I got any? See, they have a wing problem.
Who is it? Old boy from Miami, Strus. He can shoot it.
All right, this is what they need. They need Strus to shoot it. They need help on the perimeter as far as hitting 3-pointers. But other than that, like I said, I just need to see what their identity gonna be before I can really take them seriously. I think they're a playoff team for sure, top 6. But a contender?
No.
I don't.
Yeah, no. Still in the growing process.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see if this guy Bates ever pops for them, if he can get on the court. He put on some weight. I mean, he light up in summer league, but I know that's different. But
yeah.
But it's just kind of it's interesting to see what's going to happen with him, because he left high school a little early, then he went to Memphis, that bombed out, and he was in like Eastern Michigan, and he was putting up all these points, but he just ain't been able to do it and win. I mean, but he's not really, like you said, he's not really what they may need. Like you said, it's just like the identity. I think they should be more of a. It seemed like more of a defensive team with them, but they playing a little old school basketball in a way, because they got the 2 big guys, but you're not really. I don't know if they're really punishing teams enough to keep up, or to try to keep up. Like, because it's like, oh well, just shoot threes, because you got to shoot threes, because you can't make enough twos of a team. You got to be shooting like 75% to beat somebody shooting 50% from 3 or something like that.
But you know, it all depends on the philosophy that the head coach brings. You know, they got Steph out of there, and they brought in another guy,
Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, and I like Kenny Atkinson. So he got to get those guys acclimated to his system.
Yeah, and I think he I don't think he could deal with egos too well. I think that's what messed him up in New Jersey. So I think he don't got as many egos. That might work in his favor in this situation. Well, his late tenure in New Jersey, I say, because when they had, because he coached Allen before, they had D'Angelo Russell. Remember, they was all young.
Right.
Karis LeVert. So he coached a few of those guys.
Right.
Which is kind of wild now to think about. So, Milwaukee, I guess it's just Middleton can be an issue, but you got Dame, you got Giannis. Doc Rivers know what to do during the regular season, so if they're healthy, I think they should be fine.
As long as they got Giannis, they'll be fine. I need Damian Lillard to play better than he did last year.
Hopefully, overall,
he look like he's that's on decline.
Maybe, and he was going through a divorce, so.
No, I mean, you're a professional athlete. I mean, you on the court. I don't know nothing about your personal life when you're on the court. But you're right. He was dealing with stuff off the court.
Yeah,
I give him that. So that's what I'm saying. But last year, with all that he was going through, he seemed to be a older superstar who was on the decline.
Yeah.
Okay, can he get back to the Dame Lillard of old, or he just gonna be an old Dame Lillard? I like Chris Middleton. If he can stay healthy, I like Chris Middleton is solid. He's a good basketball player.
Yeah.
I like the pieces that Milwaukee got, but Milwaukee is another team they're an aging team.
Right.
You know, their best players are getting older. You know, so I think their window is closing. Now, as long as you got Giannis, you'll always have somewhat of an open window because you can kind of retool around them. But with what they currently have on the roster, I think they got to maximize their opportunities now.
Right. Come on, you got to mention your twin, Bobby Portis, man.
I like Bobby Porter. He's tough out
That's
there.
your doppelganger. He just don't
No,
got the hair.
right. I like Bobby Porter. He's solid out
Yeah,
there. He play hard.
he
But
play hard.
again,
Yeah,
he getting up there. So
yeah, they are.
um,
Lopez is old. Yeah, I'm trying to. Man, yeah, their window is. This
right.
window is
I mean, they
very
might have
tight.
to bring some young legs in at some point in the season.
Well, they got Trent. He's finally on a team that has a chance. So
Yeah,
he got
yeah.
hurt recently, but he can shoot it. So
He can shoot lights out of the ball. He gonna be open. Maybe they one of the teams that come January they might be in play for Brandon Ingram. I don't know. I'm just saying I like them as a contender. As long as you got Giannis, then they got. I mean, I still think Giannis is the best player in the Eastern Conference.
okay.
So if you got the best player in your conference, then you always gonna be in the thick of things. You got a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Giannis got to get better too. He got some deficiencies in his game that he needs to work on. So we'll see if he done worked on his game or not. But I mean, I think he probably has because he's one of the hardest working NBA players in the league. So
get a jump hook or something, dude. Dang. Something just where you get the ball established position and turn over your shoulder.
Yeah, but he gets to the rim so easy sometimes. Yeah. It's like why? But yeah, you do need to work a little mid range.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be like a 3-point shooter, but at least have a mid range or free throw line in kind of game. But I mean, he's dominant. He's a dominant player on both ends of the floor.
Oh yeah. It is. I think I'm out on Miami. I don't see another run. I think it's gonna be they'll be playing. I'm not. I think it's been a good run.
Miami is a well-coached organization that has an identity. One thing I'll never have to worry about, I don't need to try to figure out what their identity gonna be. I know what their identity gonna be. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna defend, and they're a grinding team. They'll grind it out.
Yeah. Would you put them in the top 6?
They brought a big man in that I'm excited to see. What he gonna do is it gonna take him time, but Bam is a good player.
Yeah.
I know what Jimmy Butler can do. Tyler Hero and these guys, they can put the ball in the bucket. I know they gonna defend. They gonna play hard every night. So
Hero gonna be hurt though.
I mean, he might be, but he But at the end of the day, Miami gonna find a way to make the playoffs, and that's when you gotta really contend with these people. Come playoff time, you gotta beat them 4 times. They're not gonna beat themselves. You gotta beat them 4 times. So, I like Miami.
Who you talking about the big guy? He a rookie?
Yeah, he a rookie. But he had like a great summer league. I mean, even though I don't put no stock in the summer league. And then you got
Ware from Indiana? Or the guy from Texas Tech? No, that guy not
the guy from Texas Tech, I believe, light-skinned guy.
Or Warren Washington? Or Khalil Ware? Ware the likes a rookie.
Khalil Ware.
Okay, that's from Indiana. Okay.
Khalil Ware, yeah.
Is he 20? Okay.
Right. And they got Triple J from last year. He gonna be a year better. So I mean, I like the direction that Miami is here. Yeah, right.
You put him in top 6?
No, because it's not important for Miami to be in the top 6. It's only important that they make the playoffs. They can be an A seed.
Yeah,
get to the finals.
I think that's over. I'm out on that. I'm out. I think it's been a good run.
Well, anytime you play the style of basketball that they play, you always got a shot. That's the thing. I know.
That's true.
I mean, they well coached from. I mean, they have a well run organization all the way from the top to the bottom. You know, and all in an organization like that, always gonna have a chance to win. You know, so and who knows, they might make a deal and bring a Brandon Ingram in.
You think
Down the stretch.
you think Jimmy? What do you think Jimmy Butler gonna do with Jimmy Butler? Pam?
No, they're not gonna pay Jimmy Butler. They can't.
So you think his contract? This is last year on the contract, right?
Yeah, I mean, they might lose him to free agency, or they might find somebody. It depends on where their season goes. They might find somebody who is a Jimmy Butler type player away from competing for a title, but you can't pay him because you can't give him what he wants. Not at this stage of his career.
What he talking about?
I mean, you know, I don't know what he's necessarily talking about. I mean, if he's willing to take less money, then yeah, we can fit him in. But if he wanted to get a max deal, I can't pay Jimmy Butler max. Not at this stage in his career. But I like Jimmy. I know what Jimmy brings to the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they Yeah, I mean, I guess as far as the rest of the conference, it's just like it's gonna be some. What do you think about these rookies? Ricochet and Sarr, these France guys.
Ricochet got talent. He got length. I think the Hawks will be in the playoffs. I'll put it like that. I think they got a decent coach. I think they got some young players that are committed to the defensive side of the ball. So they're gonna play some defense. This is a big year for Trae Young. You know, now Ricochet is Ricky. He's a rookie, so I can't really expect too much from him. I know he's been having a good preseason. He's been, putting up decent numbers, about 18, 20 a game. I don't know if that's gonna carry on to the regular season, but he got talent. He got talent. I'm gonna have to let that talent. I'm gonna have to be patient and allow that talent to develop. But I like with the Hawks, so to say. I think Jalen Johnson is gonna be better this year. I think what's my guy who played with Melo Ball? Okongwu. I think Okongwu will be a year better this year. If he can stretch his game out to the 3-point line and work it all the way in. I like what they got at the 5 position as far as Capella being a rebounder and defender. Yeah, he missed some easy buckets and a lot of people down on him, but a player like Clint Capella, you don't realize what you got until he's gone.
Okay.
So, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm not putting the Hawks in as contenders, but I think they'll definitely make the playoffs or the play-in or that type of situation. They've been in the playoffs every year. Trae Young been in the league. I think Trae Young got a lot to prove to a lot of people. So this is gonna be a big year, especially with them getting rid of Dejounte Murray. He got to show that he wasn't the problem. And so it's gonna be interesting to see if he can. I like to see him orchestrate a team like being a pure point guard. I'm not interested in Trae Young scoring 30 points.
That's what he want to do.
I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in him doing 18 and 10, 18 and 12. And I'm talking about assists. Right. Getting everybody else involved. Because I do believe the Hawks got other guys on the team that can put the ball in the bucket.
Well, if you're getting an assist, it's weird. Like, what is that team is funny? Like he's getting the assist. I mean, it must be just the defense because they putting up points.
No, they well, he was hurt a lot last year. So but even when he's playing, we already know, even though his defensive numbers seem to statistically rise, we know that he's a defensive liability. That's just because of the genetics. He's a defensive liability, right? But you know, a lot of people look at points, but you gotta look at field goal percentage.
It's bad.
And right. And so I don't care if you scoring 25, 30 points. If you gotta take 25, 30 shots to score those points, then that's not good. So he has to be a more efficient player, you know, for this Hawks team. And if he can do that, then, you know, maybe there'll be a team that decide to make a move come January and get another guy who can help them contend. But right now, I see them as a playoff team, but I don't see them as title contenders.
Okay. Excuse me. Do you see any of these teams that were in the bottom of the East jumping up significantly anyway? You think it's going to be another bad year for Detroit, Washington, Charlotte, Toronto, Brooklyn?
Well, Charlotte
Ball can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy.
Charlotte can be better. They need help. You know, LaMelo needs to be healthy. I like
Bridges.
I like Bridges. I like a few pieces that Charlotte got.
Miller look like he might be all right.
I like Brandon Miller. He looked good last year, and this is gonna be his second year. So we'll see. Can he take a step? Like I say, I think Charlotte, they play hard. Can they stay healthy? It's gonna be the question, but I think they might eke into the play-in or the playoff situation. I can't trust Washington, even though they got Alex Sarr. I don't know what he is. We'll find out what he is, but you know, I think they're a team that's, you know, I think they probably gonna get rid of Kuz at some point. Send him somewhere where he might help a team compete. Yeah, I don't see Washington doing much. I don't see Brooklyn doing much. Yeah, I don't see Toronto doing much. I don't know. Toronto might be better than I'm thinking, though. They got some solid players in Toronto. But
Barry Barnes, yeah.
Right. The way it works in the NBA is everybody can't go to the playoffs.
Right.
Now, a lot of times it does come down to injuries, and which teams can stay healthy and which teams can't. But out of the teams you just named, I see Charlotte making a push to be better than they were last year. Most of these other teams, I think they're just going to be at the bottom.
Yeah, because the interesting thing, Charlotte was a few years ago. They was in the play-in, even though they went. I think they got Borrego fired. They had a terrible game against Indiana. They got blown to smithereens, but they have been at least in the play-in, like unlike some of these other teams. The Nets is gonna be happy they can get Ben Simmons off the books. Cam Thomas will take a lot of shots.
Right.
I hate laughing at him, man, but
that man he's laughable. He's a joke.
That man said he's finally healthy, and we gonna see. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Man, said the same thing last year.
Right.
Man, we missed them in the West. I mentioned them briefly. The Lakers, a year older, got JJ Redick.
We didn't miss them.
You got him play. They should be playing still.
I mean, anytime you got LeBron, you should be able to finish in the top 10.
It's gonna be tough for them, but I mean, we're gonna see if this coaching really matters.
They're not good.
They're not. Yeah,
they got the same team they had last year, plus Bronny.
Don't mention.
No, they're not good.
Not good. But they got the headlines though. They like the Cowboys.
They always have the headlines. They're gonna be talking about every night.
Because they won't. But those last few years with Kobe, they kind of stopped talking about them. They were so bad, boy. They weren't.
Right. I mean, LeBron is still one of the best players in the league. I'll give him that. He top 10 in the league still. I don't trust AD.
Never have. You never
Can't trust
have.
AD, and I like the kid that they drafted out of Tennessee.
Connect. Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
Connect.
like Connect. But
But he might
that's
not
where
play.
it stops. That's where it stops.
Yeah.
Everybody else is solid to bad.
Yeah. But they
So,
say they believe the coach gonna be the difference. So we'll
no, it
see.
ain't gonna be a difference. They are laughing stock their league right now.
They did that man ham wrong.
This man
boy.
he the first person to get a job off of a podcast.
Podcast. Wow.
You know, which I ain't mad at him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad that JJ is. These folks are a whole Hollywood show.
Right.
I believe JJ Redick was the only candidate they had. All that other stuff was charades and trying to,
Yeah, what they say, Borrego and somebody else?
right. He was never a candidate. Hurley was never a candidate. All these people were never candidates. They had one candidate the whole time, and that was JJ Redick. They just didn't want to make it seem like this is what LeBron did,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jeannie Buss, I'm starting to think now that her brother probably should have been running the team.
Which one, Jim?
Jim, because she's been an embarrassment for an owner. I ain't got nothing against a woman being in charge as an owner of a team, but she making it look bad for the women. She look like she don't know what the hell she doing. And she hasn't ever known what she was doing since she's been in position of owner of the Lakers. So,
they had something in 20 with Pelinka, then they flipped the team over the year after they lost the Suns. It's just been, they brought in Westbrook, thought they'd give him nothing, but that didn't work out. Then
it would have worked out, but they didn't want to. See, they got a problem. They want to win a certain type of way. And when you want to win a certain type of way and it don't work, then you got to take responsibility for that. They tried to make Westbrook a scapegoat when Westbrook is a triple-double machine. He need to have the ball in his hand. But if you're going to tell him to play off the ball because LeBron ain't ready to transition to his new role, which should be a guy you can give it to in the post, or LeBron should be playing off the ball. But he still want to be Magic Johnson. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's almost like you missing the playoff. Because I need you to be a guy. I need the point guard to be able to bring it down and give it to LeBron until LeBron gonna make a play. Either put the ball in the hole or force the defense towards you and then kick it. But I don't need LeBron breaking it down and dictating the offense no more. I don't need that. I need LeBron to be playing off the ball.
Well, that's what they're doing with Russell now, right? But it's just not working. I said they're doing that. Russell bring the ball up most of the time now.
They never commit to it because at some point LeBron seemed to always be like, all right, I got it. And then Russell be playing off the ball. I don't know if D'Angelo Russell is the answer. They don't even know if D'Angelo Russell is the answer.
Too inconsistent.
They tried to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. They just couldn't.
They probably will.
Right. So the first opportunity they get to get rid of him, he gone. They don't trust D'Angelo Russell. But like I said, they're just a poorly ran team from the top. So that's why they can't win. But they'll be exciting to watch. I'll give them that.
Yeah, no. Well, they'll be on opening night because they got that second game. They got I think it's Minnesota.
Yeah, like I say, anytime you got LeBron playing, it's showtime, baby.
I didn't. Let me check that real quick. I understand Boston, New York. I guess you're at West Coast game. I mean, I guess I see what they're going after because they got the old history thing with him and his son, his TNT last year. So
Right.
it makes sense for TV.
Right. I mean, it's sports entertainment.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see how this thing shake out, man. Appreciate you, James, man, as always. This is good stuff, man. We'll see what shakes this year. 9 days. The
Yeah.
season. Wow.
Yeah.
24-25 season, man.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be good.
Yeah. It is, yeah. So we'll see how our predictions hold up, and we'll reconvene it sometime in the near future.
Yep. Yeah. For sure, man. And y'all make sure y'all catch the No Show on Wednesdays, YouTube. Also on Mondays and Thursday mornings we do the Two Live Stews experience. Check it out. We talk sports. We talk hot topics. So definitely come in for a good time.
What's on the slate for this week? Do you know yet?
As far as the stews go, we'll probably talk about
Dallas getting destroyed.
yeah, we'll definitely recap. We'll definitely recap the this weekend in NFL. Things of that nature. Probably Colorado losing to Kansas State. And we had Wanda Smith passed away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she did.
So
Wow.
we probably send our condolences to Wanda Smith.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, the show is usually fun. We got the first 48, so we do a lot of memes that we talk about and get the chat involved and things like that. So it's just a good time. Monday mornings, Thursday morning. Thursdays I do my segment called the Funky Four, where I talk about 4 things that we might have missed that we might need to cover. So yeah, check it out.
Okay, no doubt. And the No Show is spelled with a K. Like I know it's
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, we talk about it. We don't usually talk about sports on the No Show. We talk about everything other than sport. We might talk some politics. We might talk relationships. We might talk things that we need to know as people. As far as knowing your rights. Knowing how to do certain things that we need to know how to do in order to get from day to day. But yeah, man, it's a good time still.
Okay, good stuff, man. Happy you got some stuff rolling. I'll definitely be checking out and make sure y'all subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share with everybody.
Yeah, that's key. Break through that algorithm.
Right.
Appreciate you, James, man. We'll catch you up next time. Appreciate you a lot.
All right.
All right. Oh, Lord, sorry for the silence, folks, but that's another edition of the All Basketball Podcast. Thanks to James for coming on, previewing the NBA season with me. Got some exciting things to look forward to. And after we get about 10 games in, I'll be restarting my segment, The Last 10. And in between that, I'll also have some high school basketball previews coming your way for here in the Gwinnett County, Atlanta metro area, talking to some coaches in the area about their upcoming seasons and what they expect and all that. Remember matter of fact, on behalf of myself and James, thanks for watching this episode of the All Basketball Podcast. Please subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts. if you already haven't, and share as well. And make sure you check out James on his platforms. The No Show. He's also on the Two Live Stews. Simple YouTube searches is all it takes. Until next time, I'm your host Maurice Dixon. Peace and be blessed in Jesus' name.